we are doing an exfoliating scalp shampoo. I've actually never tried one of these, so I'm pretty pumped, but we have tried the Briogeo brand. It was a deep conditioning hair mask and one of their new oils. So I'll go ahead and link that video below, just in case you haven't heard of this brand and you want to check them out. So as you can see, I am in much need of just a whole reset because I was originally going to be dyeing my hair. And for the technique we're going to be using, I really want to make sure that I have a great starting point. Basically, when I got my new K18, I got this as a free sample, and I'm like, it's a sign because I feel absolutely icky for so many different reasons, and I don't know if any of you are feeling the same. So thank you so much for joining me on my reset, and I'm really excited to give this a try. Looking it up, it sounded too good to be true. So this is just kind of the before. I did use my Boar Bristle brush. Bristle brush. I cannot. Oh, I need this so badly. I use that brush. Using that kind of brush, you're able to pull your natural oils throughout your hair. So that's kind of what I was doing while life's been lifing, you know, things. It's just really weighed down. If anything, this was really good for my hair, so I thought it was nice to give it a little break. Like I said before, this is a micro-exfoliating shampoo, and it is the Briogeo Scalp Revival Charcoal and Coconut Oil Micro-Exfoliating Shampoo. This is just a little 1 fluid ounce. It actually comes in like a jar. And when I was looking up the smell, it's supposed to smell like mint chocolate chip ice cream. And I'm like, hold on. I need that in my life right now. Let's go ahead and look at it and give it a smell. And then I'll go ahead and put it in my hair. And I'll run you guys through way more about it. Oops, I forgot I have a new nose ring in. Oh my gosh, okay. I do like that. I like that a lot. And then, let's see. Oh my gosh, yes. So it's like a very, very fine sugar, but even finer than that. It's like almost dissolving in my fingertips. And that smell is just so, they really aren't lying when they say it smells like mint chocolate chip. This is going to be just so soul soothing. I can already tell. Yeah, it says whipped cream infused with fresh mint and a warm vanilla finish. Apparently, the reason that it's like that is they use a microcrystalline cellulose, which is a non-abrasive plant-based exfoliator. Gentler than salt and sugar, dissolvable and microplastic free. So that's pretty cool. And like I said, I can feel it dissolving. It does feel kind of thick and pasty as I'm rubbing it without water. But yeah, I'm really excited. I think this is going to be a whole experience. Now, its main purpose, besides just exfoliating, is it's clinically shown to reduce up to 82% of dry scalp flaking after one use. So if you have dry, flaky scalp, things like that, this is really going to be something you might want to try. We also have a build-up detox spray with charcoal and tea tree that they recommend using before this if you want a little bit of extra oomph for the whole process. It's basically like skincare for your scalp. This was the exfoliant, and then the soothing blend of coconut, mint, and tea tree oils leaves strands moisturized and your scalp feeling clean and fresh. It's 95% naturally derived, vegan, cruelty-free, Leaping Bunny certified. Let's go ahead and give this a try so that we can get to finally dyeing my hair because I'm just so ready for a change. If there's anything else that you want me to catch you up on in that video, just comment below. All right, thank you so much for being here, everyone, and let's go see how life-changing scalp exfoliating is going to be. So this is my filtered shower head. It was under 20 bucks on Amazon, total game changer. So I did wash one, and then I decided to do wash two with you guys. I just had quite a bit of buildup. You can tell from the color it's got that Binchotan charcoal, I'm sure I pronounced that wrong, which detoxifies the scalp and draws out impurities that clog the hair follicle or that cause buildup on the scalp. They've got a few awards listed there. So you're going to apply to wet hair and then rinse thoroughly, and for best results, follow up with a conditioner. I like to work in quadrants because I just have really thick hair. So here's the full list of ingredients. They specify if you're looking for something for eczema or psoriasis. They have a mega strength and dandruff relief shampoo, so I would really go check out their website. But this is from their Scalp Revival collection, which, as you can see here from the video, they have quite a few different products going through. The collection is meant to calm, soothe, detoxify, and balance the scalp. Seeing pre-wash oil, a cooling scalp mask, treatment drops, just all kinds of stuff. So I'll link the products I'm using today below. But I would definitely go check out their entire collection. So I don't normally use this on my scalp, but it wasn't bad, to be honest. And I already can tell the results. It looks so shiny and clean. So our benefits are detoxifies and removes buildup, oil, and impurities, hydrates, balances, and soothes itchy, irritated, flaky scalp, clean and naturally derived, formulated, SCALP-free, and it's really supposed to help hydrate your scalp. And then just rinse out. So the rinse out wasn't bad at all. You know, I can already see like all of my natural wave pattern, but depending on the integrity of your hair, like if you're like me and you bleach it a lot, or it's just in a more fragile state, obviously just be careful with how hard you're scrubbing this and that. Since this is a shampoo scrub, I would definitely recommend following up with some form of conditioner or mask after on your mids to ends. But nothing too tragic. I do feel fresh and clean, but with these things, I never really know how they worked out until it's all the way dry. It does say that this is safe for color treated hair. I guess all of their products are. But I think it's nice that they let you know, depending on your hair situation, that they do have this available in like a pre-shampoo and a spray to help break some of that down. I think that's awesome. So far, I like it. But like I said, I never really know how these things turn out until it's all the way dry and stuff. So instead of me following up with a conditioner or a mask, I'm going to be using my K18 mask. And with the K18, you're going to put it on towel-dried hair. Now, you don't have to get it to look like sunscreen, which is what I think it smells like, and I absolutely love that. It just reminds me of summer, or just, I don't know, little bits and pieces of happy childhoodness. You don't have to do that to activate it or anything. It just makes it kind of easier to see where you're putting it. Normally, when I use this K18 mask, I do like to, after the 4 minutes, because you need to make sure you leave it on 4 minutes, I normally do like to follow up with a conditioner or mask, because after it's done the 4 minutes, it's already done its work on your hair. But this is not a rinse out mask. It's a leave-in mask. So obviously you could also just use this and go straight to styling afterwards, which is why today I am only going to be using this. And like I said, a very light leave-in conditioner, because I'm going to be dyeing my hair right after this. And I'll be using semi-permanent hair dye, and semi-permanent hair dye is very conditioning. And yeah, if I go and I put on thick conditioner or a mask over this, then obviously that hair dye isn't going to take quite the same. That is why I'm choosing to just only do the K18. Like I said, maybe just a light spritz of a very light leave-in conditioner on top. But look at my hair. It's like a whole new head of hair. I can see all of my waves. Yeah, I can already just tell, look how shiny it already is. I really like this so far. And it gave me such beachy vibes, you know? I really felt like I was getting refreshed, like my soul was getting cleansed in the ocean. Honestly, reading through the reviews, like on their actual website, which I'll link this product below. I usually always link things I use or talk about below. My hair's thicker than it looks. I needed to make sure I got underneath here. But even just reading the reviews from their website, as far as long-term results, people were noticing that it was really helping with their hair growth and things like that, and their scalp health overall. So if you want to go ahead and head over to their website, or, you know, maybe even the reviews on Amazon, just wherever you see reviews, go ahead. I like to go and look at people's experiences for the long haul. I guess they said to apply to wet hair and vigorously massage into the scalp. But like I said, my hair is a little bit more compromised than some people, so I took it a little softer on the situation. That's what I was going to check. It says you can use weekly in place of shampoo. For me, my hair tends to not enjoy shampoos in general. It's just the like type of hair that I have. So I don't go like super heavy and wash my hair like every single day or anything like that. So for me, this is something I'd probably do maybe once a month. If anyone was curious, my current leave-in conditioner that I love is the IGK 4-in-1. It's a heat protection, all these things. This is a little bit of it just watered down, because like I said, I don't want to go nuts. But I couldn't bear the thought of my hair drying without it. See, I barely put any. Honestly, I don't know if you guys can tell from far away, but to me, I think you can just tell like my scalp just looks shinier and better. And I do have like a lot of gray. Not too far off from 40. But honestly, in my family, everyone got gray on my dad's side. Everyone gets gray pretty young over there. But I think you can see I have like quite a bit. Maybe not as pronounced right here. But to me, I think I can already tell it did a lot for my scalp. Looks really shiny here. It does almost feel like there's something. Oh yeah, it's probably the K18. I know a lot of you have been asking me, you know, if it's worth it, you know, it's expensive and stuff like that. How do I afford it For me, it's worth it, but like I said, I get it in a small size and I try not to use too much. I do notice a difference on at least my hair if I do or don't use it afterwards when I've done a bleaching. Even though I use Blonde Me and it has the bonders in there and I've been really happy with it. And it's not like a complete deal breaker, but obviously I do go out of my way to get it when I run out. And because I had been out of it recently, I did notice a big difference. So for me, it works, but everyone's hair is different. Now, it is pricey, so what I have to do is I get, like I said, the smaller one, and I'll do like a payment plan because I have kids, I have health problems, pets, things like that. So I really have to budget and decide what's worth it or not. And so this is one of those things that if you get like this size, I can do, you know, like a payment plan. So maybe $5 a month or something like that. So that's kind of how I justify and weigh it. But obviously, if I didn't think it was worth it, I would definitely not keep buying it. But I do understand it's expensive, and that's how I go about it. Ugh. Sorry, I've been like ignoring a lot of my back pain and stuff, so it's like distracting me. So for those of you that have been asking me that a lot recently in the comments, there you go. If there's any other questions, go ahead and comment below. And for any of you still wondering, my plumbing, I got through it. Luckily, we didn't have to move, and luckily it wasn't, you know, thousands and thousands of dollars. But if you want to hear more about how that went, just let me know. I'll catch you up in another video. But either way, I hope some of this helps, and I will see you all when it's dry. I'm honestly still in shock. This is my day 2 hair, and I feel like I look completely different. The first things I noticed day 1 is it was just so shiny. I just felt very refreshed. But as I went on to day 2, I think you can really just see what a change that this did for my hair. I just feel like when I look at the before and afters, it is just such a night and day difference. Even when my husband got home, he noticed it right away. And not using a mask or styling my hair or anything and having it look like this, I'm so impressed. Obviously, we use the K18 mask, but like I said, I would normally follow up with more than that. And I didn't even oil my hair because like I said, I'm going to be dyeing it right away. And I didn't want to put too many things on before I did that. So even though I was new to this whole scalp exfoliating thing, it has my vote. First off, it felt like a spa day for me. The smell, it was just giving beachy vibes. The way that they take care with their ingredients and just everything that goes into it. The way that it just dissolved so easily in my hands made me feel safe, you know, rubbing that into my scalp. And obviously, as you can see from their clinical studies here, this does a lot for your scalp health. The healthier and the better you take care of your scalp, that's going to help the overall health of your hair in general. So I am planning on using this again. I still have half of this one left, and I really, like I said, enjoyed this whole experience. Considering I shampooed twice, this did a really good job. I had a lot of buildup. I really needed a refresh, but I think the results just speak for themselves, to be honest. I'm on day 2. It still feels so clean, and I got my natural volume back and everything else, and I've just felt refreshed, you know. So let me know if you guys have ever tried an exfoliating scalp treatment like this before. How did it go? Or have you even tried this one before specifically? I hope that this video helped in some way, and I have everything linked below as well as my Instagram in case you want to go check that out. I also have some hair dye coupon codes below because we are absolutely 1000% dyeing my hair. I've never done this hair coloring technique before, so I really hope to see each and every one of you in the next video. Much love, everyone.
Have a beautiful day.